guys, this is Steph from Dating with Dragons. Welcome in if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Thank you for coming in today and sharing this very exciting unboxing with me. This is from one of my very favorite shops, Jaded Gem Shop. It's a small business owner run. She's in California, the United States. Loves supporting small businesses. And these are two kits that have a lot of fandom surrounding them. So I thought I would share them with you. One of them is a pixel charted kit. Oops. It is called Princess of Stars, and I'll get into what pixel charted means in a moment. I thought with a recent Mario Galaxy movie coming out, this would be fun to look at. And then a fandom that I came late to the party to. This is a kit called Sailor Girls by Jemooshka, Jamaica Murphy, who's been recently licensed with Jaded Gem Shop. So I do have a couple of kits from this artist, from Jaded Gem Shop, as well as another company. And I love her art style. So anyway, this is a hybrid charted kit, and what that means, well, you're going to see. So let's take a look at Princess of Stars first. This one's been out for a minute, and it may be a little bit more familiar to some people because I know that there are other people who have unboxed this and worked on it. I am excited because this was my favorite Mario character. Okay, so Jaded Gem Shop. Pixel charted kit means that it comes with a more hand-rendered style. Not just a more of a hand-rendered style, but a hand-rendered style. So on Jade's canvases, you have this sort of like identifier code here. It gives you some details about the canvas. It gives you the size. It also gives you some of the details about the specials, like C and G. You'll see in a moment. And then here's our lovely image. And I can't remember the artist for this one, so I will have to find that out when we get there. So you can see at the bottom here, we've got 1, 2, 3 glimmers, 2, I think those are crystals. So yeah, so pixel charted is just her way of saying that she hand rendered this. It means that there's less confetti, more of a bolder look to the canvas. And here is our pack of drills. Oop, that's upside down. So what I do with these is I either write with a Sharpie when I'm storing, because I store the drills separate from the canvas. So I will either write with a Sharpie on here, or usually with Jade's canvases, I have this little thermal printer that I'll print out a picture of the kit and just put it on here. The pixel charted kits, they all come in like one big thing like this. You'll see how the hybrid rendered baggies of drills are different. I love her drills. That being said, she did just announce recently that she's going to be changing her manufacturer for her drills to make them more consistent, and I guess some other issues with, like, occasionally there'd be a color with a lot of trash, and so she's trying something new. So I'm really excited. That is not this kit though. And then we get a cover minder. So these are the older style drills. Cover minders just help you flip back the plastic. I like to use these a lot on Jade's canvases because she doesn't have any perforations. It's just like one big cover sheet, and honestly, that's what I prefer. I love her cover sheets. And then we get a little roll of washi. You can use this washi tape to cover the sticky border that extends beyond the canvas image a little bit. I like to use a different method now, but this is a nice way to do that. Also, you can use this to help section your canvas, and I'll use it for that as well, actually. So that's that. Back to the canvas. Oh god, these guys are so cute. Oh, they're so cute. I can't remember the first game that Rosalina showed up in. That's the character's name. In the Mario universe, but I remember because my husband and I played it, and I loved this game. I can't remember the first one she was in though. She's been in subsequent games, but yeah, Okay, I'm gonna roll it back a little bit. Jade's poured glue is amazing. I have worked on quite a few of Jade's canvases. Wow, this is so cool. It's so big. So as you can see, it is a panel style. I have a feeling when I do this one, my son in particular, and my husband, they're gonna love it because it's Mario. They're gonna be like, don't put that one away. It's so cute with little stars. So as you can see, there's large sections here of color blocking. That is where the hand render situation comes in. It's more of a bold look. I've seen this one completed in this style and in the hybrid charting, and it looks stunning. Let me see if I have... Yes, Leharc BlueHeart. That is the name of the artist. They have Jade has quite a few canvases, quite a few pieces from this artist. She's doing tons of like the Mario characters. We've got Avatar. We've got some Disney princesses. This is a really cool. This is a really cool one. So yeah, lots of scrolling to do. Okay, so as you could see here, we do have only 38 colors, and we've got some specials. The poured glue on here is really good. You can see that shine between the green border and where you put the drills. That is glue. So that's where you would put that washi tape. With the canvas, we also got some of these cover sheets. So these are really nice to use. I love Jade's cover sheets. So I save these. I use them occasionally on kits like this, but I really love using them on the cross-stitch conversion kits, which are also from Jade. Here's our sticker sheet. Okay, we've got our beautiful image. I will cut this out and cut this out to put in my logbook. These stickers, however, are already pre-cut. So you've got the approximate quantity of all of the drills in here. And then you've got the DMCs and the symbols, and they all look very clear. And there's our specials at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up our drills, and I'm going to look for our specials so I can show you where these go or what the specials look like on this canvas. Now, Jade's shop in particular is really special because... for many reasons. I love Jade. But for many reasons because she actually shows you a mock-up on the website of where those specials go. So I'm going to come back with the specials themselves for this kit. Okay, so I found all of our specials and they were in these chains together. So it was really easy to find. So we've got Glimmer 775, and as you can see here, we've got quite a bit of that. So that's fun. And then we've got Glimmer 3822. These glimmer drills have like a fine mica coated sparkle, mica coated sparkle on them, like a fine glitter dusting on them. So she calls them glimmers. So we've got the yellow, and then we've got this 3865 glimmer drill, which is pretty common, I would say. And then these are our two crystals. So we've got a really pretty blue and a really red. So there's not a ton of those. So I wanted to show you on the website what this looks like. So my tablet's dead, unfortunately. So here I am on Jaded Gem Shop's website. Now this is Princess of Stars. Oops. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Whoa, okay. Wow, okay, that was a lot. Okay, so here is Princess of Stars. This is the pixel charted or hand rendered version of the kit. You can see it's just well done. So here they give you sort of, this is some original artwork, some mock-up of what that's going to look like. And then here we have this. This is only something that she does for the pixel charted kit. So the hybrid charted kits, you can choose what special drills you get. She does not have this kind of mock-up for that. But this will show you pretty much like where you're going to be looking for those special drills. So as you can see throughout the canvas, the red is where the specials are. It does not denote which specials are which. So that's something that I will show you in a moment. But I just wanted to take a look and show this to you. This is a pixel charted listing. In here you can see you can choose between rounds and squares, and it does tell you what you know, what specials are in there. And then you can also add these additional items to your purchase if you would like. Now that, in contrast to your hybrid rendered kit, which is typically how these kits are released first as a hybrid render, and then they get hand rendered. So this is the hybrid rendered kit. As you can see, it's got a softer look to it. Here's the original artwork. And then here's the mock-up. So what she does here is there's a lot more versions of this, and you can see they're kind of getting a little bit grainier. Those are just an idea of how they might look depending on the size that you choose. Okay, so the recommended size, I do recommend going with those. That's never steered me wrong. Usually there's a couple recommended sizes. One's a little bigger, one's a little smaller. The smaller that you get, the more less crisp the image is going to be, but still at a good enough size that it's still worth doing and still turns out well. So those are recommended. So you can choose your size, you can choose what specials you get, glimmers and glow drills and metallics and ABs and crystal, like all that different kind of stuff is what you can choose. Okay, so you have this kind of freedom to choose with this kit. You can also, you know, work within a different price range maybe, because the pixel charted kits are like a one price. But as always, Jade always has a coupon, so definitely do that. So I just wanted to kind of take a moment to show that to you. Now, as far as the glimmer drills go, so we've got, I'm going to start up here. Okay, so I'm going to show you our symbols. Okay, so the number 4 is going to be our yellow glimmer. 3822. So that really pretty. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool. So that one is going to be, a lot of the case is going to be in here. So you can see in this archway right here, see this big color blocking section of the number 4. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of that one is going to be here. It would be fun to like switch this color out with some kind of special, because it borders, it goes around the whole border. So yeah, so we've got it here. Let's see, where else? It's a long canvas, so we keep on going. I thought I saw some down here in these guys. No. Okay, so the yellow, well, yeah, so the yellow glimmer drill is really just going to be found up here in this archway. We also have G775, this really pretty light teal looking color. So this symbol on our canvas is going to be the number 3. And it's going to be that light teal color. So as you can imagine, that one's going to be all over the place. Starting in her crown, this color right here, that is our glimmer drill. Okay, so we're going to have it all through here. We're going to have it here. This is glimmer. That's that blue glimmer. And then big chunks of it. Chunk. I mean, it's just going to be so much fun to do that. So there's that. And then we've still got it yet down here in this chunk, so that's really helpful to see that. The next one, let's look at our white one. Get through all the glimmers first. Okay, so that one is the number 5. That's going to be, it's going to look white on the canvas, so you can see it in their little eyes. I love that literally they have glimmers in their eyes. So they have all those are glimmers. You do see a lot of white here, but that's not this glimmer. Let's see. It is the letter G though. Gonna keep going. There's not a ton of it. So, okay. So then we get a little bit highlight in her hair, a little bit in her hair, a little bit here. So she has a little bit of it kind of spread out in her hair. The next one we want to look at is these 2 crystals. So 820 is the blue, 666 is the red. So those are actually going to be the numbers 1 and 2. So let's look for those together. Oh, and then he's also got 2 little glimmers in his eyes. Let me see if I can bring you down a little bit closer. Okay, since this canvas isn't super wide. Okay, so we've got crystals in her crown here and here, and I believe that's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. So those are the specials for Princess of Stars. We've got a lot of good opportunity for color blocking here. Confetti is the opposite. It's where you get multiple changes in a smaller space. But these big blocks are definitely going to go pretty quick if you have a multi-placer. Okay, so I'm going to put this away and then show you the Sailor Girls from Jemooshka. Be right back. Next up, I wanted to share with you Sailor Girls by Jemooshka Art. So this is the hybrid rendered kit, which means there's very minimal hand touch-ups, if any. Other people might refer to it as computer charting. This is one that I really hope gets a pixel charted version, but even if it doesn't, I've already bought this one, so I'm not into buying them twice, but I can imagine this one would look really good that way. So when you scroll through the listing, here's the original artwork, and you can see all these different mock-ups of different sizes. So let's see. I can't remember what size I got. Probably the recommended version here. You can see the different size choices. You can even choose in rounds. And I typically always choose to get glimmers added. That is usually the one drill that I get. Added specialty. It is an additional charge. Let's see. Yep, I got a 60 by 100. So I think that was the recommended size. Yes, okay. Bigger isn't always better, but I do love the bigger renderings at least. So, oh, we got another pineapple. That's so adorable. I love that she gives little fruits and vegetables and stuff. I just love it. So I said I was a latecomer to this. I was. As a kid, my brother watched a little bit of Sailor Moon. Like it was on a little bit here or there, but I'm trying to see if I can get everything out before I unroll this canvas. But I mean, it was around. I had friends who watched it, but I didn't really, because I didn't get into it in the start and I never really knew what was going on. So, but my husband had watched it as a kid, him and his sister. So he was like, I don't even know, this is maybe like a year ago. He was like, we should watch this because our kid, you know, this is like a classic, it's like classic anime, and we already watched a bunch of anime. So I was like, yeah, sure. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. And I love this show. Anyway, so we've got some washi tape here. And you can see how the drill bags look different, okay? This is why I typically put a picture on these, because there's 4 bags of drills here. And I actually really love these, like these Ziploc bags. I reuse them for so many different things. But the thing is that as you can see in here, like you've got all these little drills in little packets. I do not like the fact that it's so much plastic in that way. But that is something to understand. It will take you a little bit longer to kit up. Have a dryer sheet handy. But as you can see, you know, there's 4 of these bags. So to keep them all together, easy access, all that, I will put a little sticker label on them. So anyway, so I'm going to move these aside. We're going to look at the canvas. And then I will go searching for the specials, because that's kind of the benefit to unboxing these hybrid charts, is when you get a special chart, a special drill charted, you don't know where it's going to go. It's kind of part of the fun of the surprise, but sometimes you might want to know. So here's our original artwork. We've got 69 colors. We've got a glimmer 666. We've got a glimmer 498. We've got a glimmer 310. Those are fun. Wow, look at that amount. Dang, that's a lot of 310 glimmers. I'm excited. That is exciting. That's all I got in here. It's just the 3 charted. And there's a lot of black in this image. And it's going to be the heart, which is usually what I feel like her 310s end up being. There is no normal 310 in here. It's all the glimmer. Ooh, okay. We got our cover sheets again, which, by the way, these are double-sided and they're really easy to use, and you can trim them down to different sizes. That's what I do. Ooh, okay. Here we go. So we've got our nice thick cover sheet and our glue. Oh, yes. I love jades. The canvases are really soft on the back. They feel like a blanket. They're really tough. They're just beautiful to work on. The symbols, I've never had clarity issues with symbols. So this is a lot of colors, actually. So we've got our legend here. We've got the size that I picked and the fact that we have 3 different glimmer drills. Okay, let's get into actually looking at the canvas. So here we go. We have the bottom. I'm not sure what this says. I should find out though. Here we go. Oh my, wow. Already the 310. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. No wonder why there's like 30,000 black glimmer drills. Wow. Okay, so you can kind of see it looks a little, the rendering looks a little scary. Like, is she really going to look like that? Looks crazy. No, they will not look that crazy. Once you get the drills down, it's a little bit of like a, I don't want to say it's not quite like a photo negative effect, but it is different to look at it this way. Okay, I don't have to go through here to even begin to look for those 310 glimmers because that's all 310. And as you can see, there's a little bit of like random, little bit random, okay? So this is pretty typical of a computer charted kit. You're gonna have like lines of these in between. So you have a lot of confetti, especially in faces and hair. Okay, so see all these color changes in here? That is confetti. That is very typical of these softer rendering styles. I've done several from her like this and they turn out great. So I know this looks a little scary right now, but it's gonna look really good. This is one of those like trust the process, especially with skin tones. I really appreciate that kind of effect because it does give a really good look to it at the end. These are so much fun. Oh yeah, look at that. That's so cool. So yeah, we have a lot of confetti. Yes, that's a little bit of a labor of love. Some of us really enjoy that. I enjoy the fact that on this canvas, oh, wow, like her hair, that's all, not all, but that is all that glimmer 310. That's going to be really cool. And then Usagi herself has got a lot of confetti. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through my drill packs, find the glimmers themselves to show you, and then we'll point them out where they are on the canvas. Now, they do not give mock-ups of where they'll put them on the canvas on the website. So that is something I will have to go through, and I'll be back to show you that in a minute. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? I wasn't ready for this. Here are the glimmer drills for this canvas. Yes, this is all one color. This is almost 30,000 drills, according to the quantity sheet, of 310 glimmers. Oh my goodness. I can barely hold this in my massive hands, okay? This is what glimmer dreams are made of. This many specials. They were not kidding. They were not playing around on this canvas. And then we have one little bag of glimmer 666. This pretty red. And then this is the other one, $4.98. So it was another red. So this one's going to show up a little bit easier. You can see the coating just because it's a darker drill. But once they're on the canvas, they show up. Let me see if yeah, you can see that. And then, of course, the glimmer 310s. You can see there is a little bit of the glimmer coating. Yep, you can see that. So this is interesting to me because I have bought Glimmer 310s, Glow 310s, Glimmer Glow 310s from an independent like drill company, and it was interesting to me because there was like a shift. Like you can see that this coating it comes off very silver, right? Very silver, like a cool toned black, if that makes sense. The ones that I bought from the independent drill company came in a mixed lot of silver finishes and gold finishes. And so I kind of have to pick around those depending on like what I'm adding, what project I'm adding them to, and what I want to go for. And it was kind of a frustrating experience. I don't see that at all with these drills. I just see the silver finish, which is going to look really stunning. So showing you, I have never had this many specials in a kit ever. Yeah, that is so cool. I was not ready for this. Okay, so the specials are actually really easy to find. Even though the canvas is pretty big, the specials really, obviously, since there's so many of these ones, they stick out. But even the reds, okay? So what we have going on for symbols, we have that heart, okay? Right here is going to be that glimmer, and then we have a red S and a square. Okay, white square, red background, okay? So let me get you down a little bit closer. Let me see if I can zoom you in. Okay, so you can see even from here, this drill field is insane. So, okay. So obviously, and I'm gonna have to shift the canvas a little bit because zooming in cuts off the image a little bit. So see all this? That's all the black glimmer, okay? So I will zoom out again and show you, but I wanted to get it up close for some of these reds. So in terms of where are we gonna find our red glimmer drills? That's a good question because we do have a lot of red on this canvas and they do kind of stick out a bit. So we've got some here in her necklace, in her choker, in this part. We've got this this darker red right here. Can you see that? Yeah, this darker red here, that's the darker glimmer, and then you can see the lighter red glimmer is here. So we've got it there. We even have some of the red, little bit here, there in her hair. So it's just like an S here, an S there, and that is the hybrid charting situation. Okay, that's confetti. If the greatest thing about it though is this is your project. No matter who makes it, no matter how it's charted, it is your project. So if you want to change colors or something doesn't look right, you don't like the look of it, you can change it. So that's kind of the cool part. And Jade does give you quite a few extra drills. I've never gotten close to running out of a drill, even when I'm very picky about I'm very picky about trash drills. So anyway, so we have some red here. We have little bits of dot of it there. I'm going to zoom you back out again. We have it in here. So I told you we have it in here. Now, here we have it in her earrings. You can see earrings there, that's that red. We have a little bit of it. Actually, we have a lot of it off to the side. This is all that glimmer. This is that glimmer. I love how the hearts go up here. We have it outlining her, is that a lapel or shoulder pad? Whatever yeah, that would be like a shoulder part of her sailor outfit. So we've got it kind of outlining here a little bit. We've got a lot of the darker, red. There's more of that obviously, but all these like bright white pops in between the red here you can see, those are the Glimmer 666. And then we have, let's see, we have some more of it. I mean, as you can see too, the black is just everywhere. By the way, her hair, okay, Mars, her hair is just, that's all glimmer. So that's going to be really cool. I love that. I love to see like how is that going to change, because a glimmer 310 comes off different than your solid non-specialed out 310. Okay, so it will give sort of a silver sheen, and if you're thinking, maybe I don't want her to have that look to her hair, well, you can always switch it out. Because it's all the bug. Because of the confetti, though, that's in her hair, this will not be like a solid chunk looking on her head. It won't look bad. You know, like I would think, well, that doesn't look like it has much detail to it. But that is the beauty of the hybrid charting, is you get all these little details. And then when you step back and look at it, it's usually pretty stunning, guys. So anyway, so don't be afraid of all the 310. Don't be afraid of all the glimmer and how that's going to come off. So then, yeah, so we've got in her bow here, this is all special red, special red, special red, specials, specials, the S really. We've got more S up in here. And then this is just mostly confetti, but we've got like an S here or there, you know, but this whole background, this is all that Glimmer 310. So as you can see, the Glimmer 310 is obviously everywhere. The red makes sense for where it's kind of boom, 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 boom on this canvas. You're going to find most of it sort of down here. So yeah, wow, this is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to put these back and, whew. Yeah, wow. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so thanks for hanging on with me here, and as we discovered these two kits, feel free to give a like, comment, subscribe if you did like this video. It's just a free way to help the channel, and go check out Jade for sure. Let me know if you guys have any comments or whatever in the sections below. I'm happy to answer any, and I'll have links to these products. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.